London Real, sponsored by Bulletproof Coffee.
You live a nomadic lifestyle. You don't have a permanent residence. Is that right?
No.
So you have things in storage, or you just have enough to travel with, and you just go?
I've had everything in storage I threw everything into storage when I moved to Amsterdam. And then after I lived in Amsterdam, I moved back to Los Angeles for 2 years. And I got everything out of storage. And then I realized, a lot of what I had was total bullshit, like furniture and shit like that, The things I realized the things that meant things to me, I call it my empire of $20 purchases. CDs and books. I mean, people don't even have CDs anymore. But like family photos and things from my career. So when I threw everything into storage the last time, I gave things away to comedians that I knew needed things. One guy needed a TV, take my TV. You need a couch, take the couch. You need a coffee table. And so I really condensed it to what was really, my most important archival things. I have a massive book collection that's very important to me.
Were you a guy that had the car, or a guy that had the house? I mean, were you kind of a guy that did like material things? I mean, is this a bit of a Zen thing when you give things away?
No, I mean, I've always been pretty, my favorite Doors lyric of all time is, I've never been so broke that I couldn't leave town. I'm a changeling. See me change. I've never thought anything. I've been smooth about, I had a car up until December. I kept my car registered. My father lived in Los Angeles, and I kept it because everything I had registered in California. And then my father was killed by a drunk driver in 2009. So I had to switch it to Florida on my mom's address, car insurance, car registration. And then I have some old friends that, depending where I was in the States, I would leave the car in California or Florida, flying off to different parts of the world. Kind of James Bondy existence. And then my niece flipped her car in the rain in December, and I gave her my car. So now is the first time I haven't had a car in a while. But no, it's not.
And do you know
not out of material.
Do you know where you're going to be in the next year? Is it all charted out, or do you?
Every good comedian is booked at least 6 months in advance.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay, including you.
Wow.
Okay. Well said. And what kind of places are we talking here? Are you like states? Are you done your European tour? Is it a bunch of places in America, or are you like constantly going around the world?
I've got when I leave London, I go to Los Angeles for a week, then Las Vegas for a week, then Phoenix, Dallas, Atlanta, Minneapolis. Taking my mom's birthday off in April.
Is this hotels everywhere?
Hotels everywhere.
And paid for by the clubs?
Paid for by the clubs. But when we have time off, my wife is a photographer. She travels with me, and depending where we are in the world, we'll go rent a place. The last 3 years in a row, we've rented a place in Rome. The first 2 years we went to Rome, it was like see everything, and then we went there last September, and it was like we pretended like we lived there.
Man, that's
just
fun.
hung out and chilled in restaurants and drank wine all night.
Act like a Roman.
Act like a Roman.
Yeah.
I finished the Jakarta Comedy Festival a couple years ago. We went to Bali for 2 weeks after that. We went to Key West for a couple weeks last summer. Just depends where we are in the world. That's the cool thing about not living anywhere is we can live everywhere and strategically choose where we want to go spend time. So,
do you know anyone else that lives that way?
There's a Canadian guy, Glenn Wool. He's not living anywhere now.
Okay, comedian.
Yeah.
Okay.